Before we leave, there's actually one thing that I want to do quickly. And I just realized that I'm going to need to accept a certain request pretty soon. Basically, well, I don't need this just yet. Also, I forgot to register a whole bunch of personas, so I might as well do that. Siegfried is so close to learning Arms Master, it's amazing. Don't register Throne. Okay, yeah, I got you a little tiny bit of experience, and I guess Norn as well. So, what I was saying is, if I go into here... it was far closer to the top of the list. Well, much closer to the top of the list. So yeah, this one for the Featherman figure. So we need to get this on the 21st. Because of the school trip, if we don't actually accept this request within the next few days, we won't get another chance to accept it until the very day that we need to get the figure. So I kind of want to get this into my list now just to make sure that I don't forget about it. And with that... Okay, just these two, that's good. Right. That should be enough for now. So, leaving the Velvet Room. Up until the school trip, all we really need is a lover's persona, because the 2 days beforehand, we are just seeing Yukari, nothing more than that. So, in fact, at this point, really the only persona that we actually need is lovers. Lovers and Star a bit. Now, soon we will be going on to some other social links, and in those cases, we'll be needing matching personas of different arcanas, but this point in the game is kind of a good one to go crazy with ultimate personas in, because if you're following a max social links guide, you don't really need very many personas for social linking at this point. It's really just lovers and, after a whole bunch of plot events, Star. So you can really fill your persona deck with anything you want at this point in the game. And so, we're going out with Yukari. I think for the first time, actually. I forgot, we might actually have this outfit for her. Yeah, some of these responses... not so great, but this is what you need to say, although what Gary Sue is not telling her is, there was another girl in this very location who asked him if she eats too much. So that response is all that you need to get to the next rank, but I'm just going to do this just to be nice, and to show off what Yukari's favourite type of gift is. So, Yukari likes perfume. I think it's brand bag and brand purse are the other thing that she likes, but I remember the perfume is the main thing that she likes. And, well, technically Tanaka picked this out, but this is her favourite type of gift. That was pretty much unnecessary, but again, I just wanted to do that. The perfume is useless otherwise, so... yeah, I've been wanting to do that for a long time. And yeah, that's basically our Sunday.
Hi, how was your day?
Well, we would say how much of a great time we had with a totally hot chick, but, yeah, we're technically dating Fuka as well, so, yeah, let's avoid that subject, and let's say that, we're very excited for the trip, because there might be some hot babes there. Also, don't tell Fuka that, either. And pretty much everyone is saying the same stuff tonight. Igus is here. Oh yeah, no, this is the same. So, yeah, there's not really that much that's going on today. There will be something a little more important happening in a little bit, but not yet. On the next episode of Phoenix Ranger, Featherman R, because this is always important. Episode 39, roll those dice, save the world with a natural 20. Yeah, that, I was very, very happy to see that, because, yeah, I recently, oh wow, that guy's a jerk. Yeah, well, not exactly recently as of recording this video, like half a year ago actually, but I got into Critical Role and it's amazing. Yeah. Let's just hope that the person rolling the dice on that show is not played by Will Wheaton, because in that case he'll roll a lot of natural ones. So many natural ones that the world will be destroyed. Akihiko's still really concerned about Mitsuru. Oh, shipping. Anyway. Well, this is a pretty depressing Sunday conversation. Yeah, Koromaru's awesome. I wish there was a Pat Koromaru button. I don't think they do that, but yeah, this is a pretty hard time for everyone. And while we're here on the second floor and there's nothing much else to do, we might as well just go back into the room. So, sleeping earlier, as usual. Yeah, we could be going to the arcade every single night, but my personas are already kind of game-breaking as it is. I don't really want to push things too much further. So, the day before the school trip. Yukata and bathing suit. What is this? Fire Emblem Awakenings DLC? Now, I'd say that all of those are not exactly heavy travel items. You could fit that all into a pretty small bag. Actually, I don't really know how much space Yukata would take up, so not really of any authority on that regard. But it's the morning, which means we've got a class sequence. And I'm so not used to having another unique character model in scenes like this. Right then. I'm extremely tempted to deliberately sleep just to spite him, but I want to see the extra dialogue. Blah, blah, blah. Kids these days have no respect for your blah, 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 blah. Why is this guy still teaching? Get him out of this school. Anyway, today at lunchtime, it's, again, pretty much just Yukari. We don't have many social links that are actually going on at this point. Right here. Something that she doesn't want anyone else to overhear. Well, it looks like Gary Stu's very close to scoring once again. So yeah, I just realized that Hangman is, forgive the accidental pun, hanging at rank 9 at this point, so we will see her eventually, but not at the moment. Wonder if you're excited for the school trip. How about you? Yeah, she probably isn't designed to get nervous. Well, I know what he's going to be doing on the school trip. The question is, will Gary Stu get the better of him? Is there going to be an Operation Babe Hunt 2.0? Yeah, Junpei's got a good point. And there's not really all that much that we can do here. I have actually gone ahead and seen what the next lecture for the nurse's office is, and it's actually really interesting, but I kind of feel like I should just go through this day as quickly as possible so I can fit the first half of the school trip into this video as well. So I think I'll do that. We might see the lecture after we come back. In fact, we'll be in a good position to. You have no idea what that means if you don't know what we'll be doing the moment we get back from the school trip. But anyway, once again, always make sure that you have a matching persona, especially with romantic social links like this, because if you miss even a few points here and there, you might end up screwing things over and then they could go reverse, and that'd be really bad. The track team, once again, it really does kind of feel like that's supposed to be the canon sports club. But yeah, this is one of those, another one of the responses in Yukari Social Link that I feel is, I don't know, a little bit difficult to figure out what the best one is. This one is clearly wrong, but ... is actually the one that gives the most points. But she's nervous, I wonder what about. Well, I mean, you know, in a situation where, see, I normally like to say, yeah, because I really like you, but here it's more like because you're attractive and you're a girl and shut up, Gary Stu. And you'll give me a good persona if I spend time with you, that's the other reason. Well, I think they're more than just good friends at this point. And I'd expect a question there, but you don't get one. Oh boy, welcome to yet another social link conversation that's incredibly harsh if you're dating everyone at the same time. Yeah, someday. Unfortunately, that's already happened, and unfortunately, you're never going to hear about it, so, yeah, your heart has already been broken and you don't know it yet, and I feel so bad for everyone in this game. Gary Stu, you complete jerk. There's so much in this game that just gets really harsh if you're doing a max social links run, and we're about to see something else that gets really harsh in that regard on the school trip. Kind of jumping the gun there a bit, but you'll see. I don't know, they probably put these moments in deliberately, but I know that the whole reason why they made it so that you're forced to romance all the girls is that they only ever expected you to go for one in a playthrough. And of course this isn't rank 10, so she cuts off. Gary still will have to wait to get his scoring again moments. And it'll be quite a while, because the gap between rank 9 and 10 for Yukari is actually really, really big. It's going to require several spend times, and even a visit to the shrine. It actually takes a long time to get from 9 to 10 with Yukari. So that's actually the last time we'll be doing a social link with her for a little while. Of course, remember the last time you were psyched for a trip, you got totally destroyed in Operation Babe Hunt. I wonder how things are going to go this time. Well, probably thanks to us encouraging him to go see Chidori a lot. I'm not really sure what kind of parties Ken would throw. Does he have... That sounds really mean to say, does he have friends outside of us, but he probably has school friends. I guess so. Yeah, he totally is. Because, yeah, if you talk to Ken, he will demand that you bring him back something. So, you might want to remember that. It's actually literally meaningless, but it's a nice gesture to do it. And today is another installment of Trish's Who's Who. And this was a character from Persona 2 that I got immediately because this description is just so distinctive, there's no way it could be anyone else. This is Eikichi, a character who... I have seen some very, very strange lines from them. Yeah, they seem very, very weird, but anyway... Again, we don't really have all that much to do. I don't think you're saying anything new. Oh, actually you are. That's actually pretty deep. Well, at least she's making some progress there. And this is pretty much the same as always. Huh, is Yukari upstairs then? Gary seems like maybe she's sad for her hard date with me. Shut up, Gary Stu. Anyway. Oh, they're all up here. Yeah, it would be. We'll give you time to clear your head. Let's just hope that you don't get perved on like the last trip. But I can't really make any promises there. They can still go to Tartarus. It is hard having something like this right after a major tragedy's occurred. But, I mean, just because something's happened recently doesn't mean that you can't enjoy life. In fact, it's important to always enjoy moments like this. Yes, maybe one day the answer will become clear. It's not like that's an extra storyline after the main game, right? Yeah. That's gonna be kinda interesting, because, that is locked at hard mode, so gonna be a bit of an experience there. Which, yes, I am doing the answer, by the way. Right, yeah, I think we should just go back, and this is actually our last opportunity to save before the school trip, but there's really not much in the school trip that really warrants saving, and there's actually a point during the trip where you do get an opportunity to save, so I'm just going to go straight back to the room. Let's just go for the school trip, make it come as quickly as possible, basically. There's not really much you have to do in the way of preparations for this, just make sure that you have some money on you. You really don't need very much at all. Like, at this point, you should have enormous amounts of money. Way more than you actually need. But, yeah, it's probably going to be a memorable experience, alright. And we actually get a full cutscene for this.
Kyoto, huh? Talk about boring.
You don't like it? Personally, I think it's one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Whatever.
Kyoto e yokoso. I hope I said that right. But yes, welcome to Kyoto, everyone. It's pretty interesting. Of course, the moment we get there, it's already evening. It's kind of annoying when your first day of a trip is like that. It's just basically sailing into the hotel, and wow, that is a very, very long Japanese name. I tried looking up the significance of the name of the inn. Doesn't really seem to be that much. I couldn't find any evidence that it's a real place at all.
We're finally here. Whoa, nice place.
It is an expensive area, after all.
Hey, what's that umbrella for?
Who knows?
Maybe it's for good luck. Speaking of which,
I think Garisu can immediately preempt what you're about to say.
where can I find a geisha?
That's right, I forgot about that. Count me in.
Keep dreaming, Junpei. The stone area outside is filled with water. Is this one of the open-air hot springs I have heard about? No, it's just a courtyard. It's not meant for bathing.
So where were you guys gonna go at your old school, Ryoji? Somewhere interesting, I bet. Kyoto's so typical, don't you think?
Like, trying to approach this from the mindset of someone actually living in Japan, it wouldn't make sense that Kyoto would be considered a pretty boring, typical school trip destination. It's kind of like, it's hard to explain, because I know that if I try and give an analogy from Australia, it would be pretty incomprehensible to a lot of people watching this. But, I mean, it's like, you know, if you're in Sydney and you just... Like, here, there's things like the Sydney Opera House and the Harbour Bridge are just stuff you see every day. So going there on like a class trip would just feel a bit... I guess the standard kind of Australian class trip would probably be Canberra or something.
I don't really remember.
Are you serious? That's the highlight of the year!
Come on, you can talk later. You're blocking the hallway. girls. Your rooms are that way. Why don't you go get unpacked?
You heard her.
We'll see you later then.
Hey, knock it off, Junpei. Over there. I guess get with the program.
So yes, we are now in Kyoto, and that cutscene is another opportunity for Miss Toriumi to actually be voice acted again. So we can actually roam around the hotel for, you know, what little area there is here. There's actually quite a few people to talk to here. Doesn't need to be anyone at the hotel's reception, though. What happens if you try and go outside? I haven't actually tried that. Yeah, you can't go outside. So, yeah. So you can't actually explore Kyoto itself at all, just the hotel. So this kind of a little bit boring, but there's a lot of interesting conversations that you can get here. Like, you can meet up with some of your social link characters. Yeah, of course someone's trying to do that. Oh, you're phrasing it as an athletic challenge. That's gonna rope him in easily. So, you'll see quite a few characters from Social Links here, like Bebe. And, of course, he's completely ecstatic about this. And this line's kind of interesting. I forgot that Destiny World existed at this point. I know that Destiny World does play a role in Persona 5, but yeah, Destiny World is like the... is basically Atlus's recurring, totally not Disneyland location. It shows up in a few Shin Megami Tensei games. In Digital Devil Saga, it's not directly mentioned, but it's alluded to. There's a dungeon that's heavily implied to be Destiny World. But yeah, Nozomi is also here, the character that we saw for one social link rank, and then we never talked again for a while. We're actually going to be going back to his social link kind of soon. And yes, he's still trying to food. Speaking of which, if you talk to this guy, 6 Hara, I'm guessing that's supposed to be like a Roku Hara or something. So we can buy some of these things. And this sounds like the thing that Ken said that he wanted, so let's get that. Although, 2,000 yen for a food sounds pretty expensive, actually. Like, that's like around $20-ish. I mean, give or take quite a bit due to exchange rates. I mean, I know that I bought a DS game when I was in Japan for 4,000 yen, so that's actually quite a lot of money for just a snack. I guess stuff in hotels is sort of, they tend to be pretty overpriced anyway. Yeah, and you don't want to piss her off. She knows some elite gaming hacksaw skills. That... Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound good. It'll probably be a good thing for Gary Stu, but currently there's a women-only session. Gary Stu wants to enter. He wants to summon Cert and explode this door, but he is unable to. So that's pretty much everyone to talk to down here. Now, up on this floor is one of the few actual major things that you can do here, and that's that vending machine. But first, I'm going to talk to Akihiko. I guess it's very similar. Though, with these rooms, it actually kind of reminds me of the Love Hotel. I mean, this is kind of the exact opposite kind of hotel, but you actually can go into these rooms, and there are often some people there to talk to. Oh, of course he did. Yeah, you and me both. At least he got executed by Mitsuru earlier in the game, so that's some consolation. But yeah, they really need to review that guy. Let's hope he's not teaching next year. The music here is kind of interesting. It's really kind of subtle and soft, and it's the only time in the whole game that you hear this song. Yeah, again, in Japan, I guess seeing shrines would be pretty standard. When I was over there, I mean, we were all just really eager to do that, but over there it'd be pretty normal. And, yeah, it's Hidetoshi. I didn't know he and Keisuke hung out. And I didn't know he liked cookies. I wonder if... Yeah, I wonder if those are the kind of hotel snacks that they charge you a lot of money for just having. I'll actually go to that later because I want to check all of the rooms here. It's not really necessary that you do this, but I like the conversations, and it's interesting. You can see a few of your social link characters here in situations you don't normally see them in, like hanging out with other ones. Now, the room at the far end is our room. If you go there, that'll end this day. So I'm just going to check some other things first. Well, that's actually similar to my general experiences back here. I often find that when I'm in another state, usually the programs on TV are very different, and some of the channels even have totally different names. And you're already dressed into your yukata. And I'm immediately getting flashbacks to the Hot Spring Bonds DLC episode of Awakening. So yeah, if we go in here, we can choose to end this day, but there's... Firstly, I want to see the floor above, but also there's this... Actually, wait, I'll do the vending machine, because there's someone who specifically talks about it, so that might be a better place to do it. Both vending machines are the same. There's one here too, but hi Mitsuru, how are you doing here? So this is the floor the girls are on. And wow, has she actually contracted apathy syndrome? That'd be really bad. So, as you'd expect, you can't go into any of the rooms on the girls' floor. But Yuko is here. We can talk to her. That's not going to end well. I really don't foresee that ending well, because all of them are going to say Garisu at the same time, and then there's going to be bad things happening. So, she alludes to how the drink selection is different from the one back home. So, you know that drink-loving girl? She wants something that she can't get back home? You need to buy drinks from this vending machine. I don't think you need all of them, but I'm going to do that just in case. These three are the only that are available. There's Durian Soda, which makes me think of the berry from Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. So that's one, and then there... I bought a second one by accident. I guess we'll have one to keep for ourselves. Jumbo Juice. And then, finally, E6. The description of that says that it'll rev your engine, which makes sense considering that V6 is named after, well, literally a type of, I think, motorcycle engine? But anyway. Another question that's bound to end in disaster, but I think in character Garisu will probably say, I'm not going out with anyone, baby. Well, not yet, anyway. There's someone cool looking right here. Shut up, Garisu! So yeah, I actually went to Kinkakuji and Kyomizudera when I was in Kyoto. So Kyomizudera is the pure water temple, and Kinkakuji is the golden temple, which a lot of people know about, but it's also the one that Burn Tower in Pokemon Gold and Silver is based off of. Ecruteak City is actually based off of Kyoto. And I thought that Shinsenkun was a group, not a place. I couldn't really find much evidence about that, and when I searched for Iketaka, I could only find various anime characters, so I'm not really sure who she's talking about there, but I did find some information about the Nishi Honganji. Nishi is just west, so basically that place is, it's a Buddhist temple. It was actually built by Toyotomi Hideyoshi after Nobunaga destroyed the previous one because of political reasons. So that's basically all we can do here tonight. But I just wanted to make sure to talk to everyone here because, hey, I like all these conversations. And make sure that you buy the drinks here, though. That is required for the odd end juice request, and I thought there was another door there, but there is not. So let's return to the room.